Welcome back to Think What If. Today, we're diving headfirst into a truly monumental and frankly terrifying thought experiment. What if the Amazon rainforest turned into desert overnight? Imagine waking up tomorrow and the vibrant, teeming heart of our planet, this colossal emerald expanse, has been replaced by barren, cracked earth and endless sand. This isn't just a dramatic what if for the sake of it. It's a stark, powerful way to understand the absolutely critical, life-sustaining role the Amazon plays for all of us. If this happened, the consequences would be so profound, so far-reaching, that they would fundamentally alter our world as we know it. At the absolute core of this scenario is the Amazon's role as the planet's ultimate water pump. Think of its nearly 390 billion trees as an army of massive, biological water engines. Every single day, they draw up an unimaginable amount of water from the soil and release it back into the atmosphere through a process called transpiration. This isn't just a little bit of dew, it's an estimated 20 billion tons of moisture daily. This atmospheric river of water is what seeds clouds and generates rainfall, not just for the Amazon itself, but far beyond its borders. In fact, studies suggest that between 50% and a staggering 80% of the moisture that falls as rain within the Amazon actually stays within the Amazon's own water cycle, creating this incredible, self-sustaining rain machine. If that entire system were to shatter overnight, the immediate effect would be a catastrophic drop in rainfall across South America. This would plunge vast regions, incredibly important for global agriculture, into severe, prolonged droughts. But the impact doesn't stop there. This transpirational moisture travels thousands of miles, influencing weather patterns all the way to places like Texas and even the agricultural heartlands of the U.S. Midwest. So, a desert Amazon means widespread water scarcity, crippling economies, and an unimaginable struggle for billions of people. Now, let's talk about climate regulation. The Amazon rainforest is, quite simply, one of the planet's most vital carbon sinks. It's like a giant green lung for Earth, absorbing an immense amount of the carbon dioxide that we pump into the atmosphere, acting as a crucial buffer against global warming. The Amazon basin alone is estimated to store about 150 billion tons of carbon within its trees and soils. If this entire ecosystem vanished overnight, not only would we lose this vital carbon capturing service, but all that stored carbon would be released back into the atmosphere. This sudden, massive influx of greenhouse gases would dramatically accelerate global warming, leading to more frequent and intense extreme weather events, faster melting of glaciers and ice caps, and a significant rise in sea levels. Ironically, recent scientific findings suggest that parts of the Amazon might already be emitting more greenhouse gases than they absorb due to deforestation and degradation, hinting that its capacity as a carbon sink is diminishing. This thought experiment pushes that alarming trend to its ultimate, catastrophic conclusion. The impact on biodiversity would be nothing short of an extinction apocalypse. The Amazon is a treasure trove of life, a global epicenter for biodiversity, housing roughly 10% of all the world's known species. It's estimated that in some parts of the Amazon, up to 90% of the species are yet to be discovered by science. This incredible rainforest provides the sole habitat for an unparalleled diversity of plants, animals, insects, and microorganisms, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. If the Amazon were to become a desert overnight, it would mean the instantaneous extinction of countless species. Imagine the iconic jaguar, the vibrant macaw, the countless insects, amphibians, and unique plants, all gone in the blink of an eye. This wouldn't just be a loss of individual species. It would be the unraveling of intricate food webs, the disruption of essential pollination cycles, and the destabilization of entire ecosystems, not just in South America, but globally. The loss of plant diversity alone would be a tragedy, as many of these plants hold the potential for life-saving medicines and groundbreaking scientific discoveries. Economically, the fallout from an overnight desert Amazon would be devastating. The rainforest provides countless invaluable resources and ecosystem services that are the bedrock of many global economies. Industries dependent on timber, exotic fruits, nuts, medicinal plants, and ecotourism would simply cease to exist. The altered rainfall patterns and increased pest outbreaks resulting from a lack of rainforest regulation could lead to widespread crop failures, threatening global food security. For instance, studies have already shown significant economic losses in soybean and maize production in Brazil due to deforestation. Some economic analyses suggest that clearing the Amazon could lead to annual losses for Brazil that are 7 times higher than the estimated economic gains from deforestation. The sheer economic value of the Amazon's ecosystem services, estimated in the hundreds of billions of dollars annually, would vanish, potentially plunging regions and even global markets into severe economic hardship and instability. And we cannot forget the indigenous communities whose cultures, livelihoods, and very existence are intrinsically tied to the rainforest. They would face unimaginable displacement, cultural annihilation, and a desperate struggle for survival in a hostile, alien landscape. Scientists have been warning for years about the Amazon approaching a critical tipping point. This is a threshold beyond which the rainforest could irreversibly transform into a dry, degraded savanna or even a desert. Some projections suggest this tipping point could be reached when as little as 25% of the forest is lost. Disturbingly, some areas in the eastern Amazon have already experienced a loss of around 31% of their forest cover, indicating they might be dangerously close to or already past this threshold. If this tipping point is crossed, it could trigger a self-perpetuating cycle of ecosystem collapse, with devastating consequences for global climate and biodiversity, even if human deforestation were to stop entirely. This thought experiment, while extreme, amplifies the urgency of these scientific warnings. So, what if the Amazon rainforest turned into desert overnight? It would be an extinction-level event, not just for the Amazon's inhabitants, but for the stability of the entire planet. It's a scenario that underscores the fact that the Amazon is far more than just a forest. It's a critical life support system for Earth. While an overnight transformation is the stuff of science fiction, the gradual degradation of the Amazon, driven by deforestation, climate change, and unsustainable practices, is a very real and present danger. This ongoing destruction is pushing the Amazon towards a point of no return, where its capacity to sustain itself and regulate our planet's climate could be permanently compromised. Protecting the Amazon isn't just an environmental issue, it's a fundamental necessity for our collective future. Thank you for joining me on Think What If. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next mind-bending exploration. See you next time.